All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to "She thinks hookup culture is bad, but won't shame promiscuous behavior." Let's jump in.
So, don't you think we should be slut shaming though?
What I was saying to
Like
answer
imagine,
your question.
okay, imagine though. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
So what I was saying to answer your question is, in order for a slut to feel shamed, a majority of people would have to make what they do something to be shameful about.
Mm-hmm.
That same slut may not feel shame and may feel realization that what they're doing is wrong. Another person will find maybe religion and see that what they're doing is wrong. But what I was saying is, as far as slut shaming, you could do that, or you can, like what you guys do is show different things that they could be doing as well, like working at McDonald's, like you say, or doing this. These are gentle ways to deter women from being sluts, I guess.
Okay.
You notice the Ukrainian lady is not talking as much in this episode compared to the last one that she was. Isn't that interesting? Is it that interesting, folks? Of course it is. Oh my God, folks. She's just basically taking notes. That's what she's doing. She's taking notes. See man, what the hell is going on here? She's taking notes. She's saying like, okay, I last time I sounded like a dumbass. I might just be quiet. I think I sound better when I'm quiet. She hasn't said anything. She said something we didn't even notice.
Word? Did you have more?
Why do people try shaming people for doing things? Like, right? You're like, we're slut shaming. This guy's saying whatever the hell he's saying.
Why would you shame people for being murderers? That's insane.
What happened?
Why would you do that?
Shaming
Why would you
people?
shame people for being murderers?
Where did murderers come from? I just said.
But why
I mean,
would you shame people for
I'm
being
discussing.
murderers?
I'm discussing. Just like I don't understand why people have to shame people for doing what they're doing individually. Like
Yeah,
I
I know,
could
but
shame.
you
I could
can
shame you for
individually-
like whatever work she's doing. I could shame her for being.
Yeah, man, she's
and
rough.
this guy could shame
Yeah.
me for
She's
trying
rough.
to have my industry. We could shame sluts. We could shame murderers. But at the end of the day, what we really should be trying to focus on is like everyone's individual selves.
Yeah, but what if your individual
What?
self is... Well, hang on. What if your individual self is a murderer? Can we shame that?
This is when you do these things that I don't understand. You're trying to put it together. And
No,
it's not-
because your logic is he's tackling your logic, and you're realizing you have conscious dissonance. That's what's going on.
adding up. The murderers we
because-
have to
it's
shame.
because you're trying to
The
anticipate.
murderers we should shame. Yes, we should shame those
Yeah.
people. Of course.
Why? Why should we shame them?
Because they're
Why should we
killing
shame them?
people.
Yes, and that's bad, right?
Is it? Is it? Tell me. Is it?
Well, I mean, I'm asking from your worldview. That's bad, right? To kill people, it's bad.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. So then socially shaming murderers is good because it reduces murder, right?
See?
But again,
Like if we told everybody who went out and murdered somebody, "Oh, you're great, you're awesome, you should kill more people," do you think more people would die or less people would die?
that's the truth. It's just that it's a different way to think, and I don't think it's gonna get you. It's not gonna get anywhere progressive
but
quick.
can you just listen to my question? Hang on. Don't anticipate where it's going. Just listen to it, right? If everybody ran around to everybody who was a murderer and said, "You go, that's awesome, kill more people," do you think that people would kill more people or less people?
I don't think the murderer is really gonna give a. He's gonna kill
So
whoever
you
he wants
think,
to kill.
you think that if we ran around
sorry.
telling murderers that's great that you murdered people, that they would kill less people or more people?
Do you see a lot of murderers during the day? Each day, do you see a lot of murderers?
No, because I think they're socially shamed, and there's laws against it, dude, and there's social shaming and stigma and all sorts of things. But I'm saying if we got rid of the stigma against murder, we said, "Wow, you killed somebody last night who didn't deserve it? Awesome." Do you think that there would be more or less of that behavior?
I get what you're saying. Yes, psychologically, you could f somebody up that way. Yeah, or
Yeah,
not. I shouldn't say that. I should say you
so
you
then
can
bad
manipulate
behavior, we
somebody's
should-
emotions like that. Yeah, that's a very bad
Yeah.
thing to do.
So then So then social behavior, which we think is bad, we should shame because then there's going to be less of it, right?
The only thing I want to shame would be killing people, things of that nature.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
shame
well,
somebody.
The only thing I want to shame is, and she look at the lady on her left, telling her, "Hey, I don't have nothing against you for sleeping with 120 bodies." That's what she's trying to say. That's my opinion. Again, guys, I might be wrong, but this is how I just see things. This is how I connect things. She's trying to tell her, to the one on the left, "I got you. I'm part of the sisterhood." That's what it is.
You want to
For
shame
being
things you think
different
are bad.
than me, though. So
Yeah,
it's
but you wanna
completely two
shame
different
things you
things.
think are bad.
It's completely two different
Like-
things.
Like, look, here, I'll give you some more examples, right? Like a kid diddler, you'd want them shamed, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's going to reduce it, right? It's going to bring, yeah, right. So then, if that is the case, if people want to see women or men be less promiscuous, then shaming promiscuity is going to bring the rates down. That's the idea behind shame.
I mean, I could agree with that. When it came out, we stopped shaming people, I guess, more so for it. It
Yeah,
was more
and
like
we
it was a
should be.
cool
We-
thing.
and
It was a
if we-
cool thing for that to be on to be like ongoing. That's when
Yeah.
because it's a
So
newer thing.
let's pretend. This is a great point you make, right? So let's pretend for a second that every person who's not on fans shamed and socially stigmatized everybody who was on fans. Do you think that more or less people would do it?
Well, people have. How do you feel about that? Because you're the
Hang
one.
on, hang on.
Hey, you
Let me
see?
just
There
ask
we
you
go.
again.
Hey, Andrew. Nice job. He noticed that right away. You see what she's doing? She's trying to deviate the conversation. She's chest testing. That tells you that she goes to the bar very often. And she only looking for those guys that know how to play the game. Basically, the hard closers. That is sad, man.
Let me just ask you again. Think of every human being who exists in the world, every one of them who exists, and all of them shame women who are on fans, but they're not shaming women who are not on fans. Do you think more or less women would be on fans?
I think that's happening now, and whoever wants to be on is still on. They don't care. They're gonna make their money. They don't care who's saying what. I don't care who's saying what. If I want to be on, and people are shaming me, I'm gonna be on. I just don't want to, so I'm not doing that.
How would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast this morning?
Hungry.
Good answer.
And I want to clarify. I think shaming in some aspects is important. I'm not saying that
That's
people
funny.
shouldn't shame.
Very
I'm
funny.
saying that the basis of slut shaming is,
All right. What is it?
I would say, a good percentage of what the show is about. And it's not necessarily a negative connotation that I'm saying. It's saying that it's like something that the show does, and I just want to amplify on that.
Can I ask you something? I've always wondered about this. I ask people about this all the time.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe you'll give me a straight answer. I think you understand a lot of the things that I say. I seem to understand you pretty well. If the whole world, if all of the women in the world were just like complete over-the-top sluts, right? Skanks, slept with random guys all the time. Do you think the world would be a better or worse place?
I've honestly,
There we go.
it may be for the better, because since you're aware of what women are doing, instead of them doing it secretly
Wow.
or not knowing their intentions, knowing can put you in a
Wow.
safer position. Like if you met a nice girl
This
and you
is
sleep with
crazy,
her,
folks.
little do you know she has this huge body count. She has some type of disease, but if you know she's
Yo.
a slut, then it's
Even
like
these two chicks are like, bro, no way she said that.
you'll take precautions to protect yourself more than people typically do without knowing. So this world's already very
Promiscuous.
sex oriented world already. Sex sells, So with that being said, if everyone quote unquote was sleeping around doing that, which we already are, knowing that would set you up better to be safer. So
Wow.
to answer your question.
Yeah, I guess so. Bro, yeah, hey, that's Andrew, that's correct, man. That's the reaction that I got. Like,
To answer your question.
yeah, like. Yes, it's retarded, man. What?
Okay, so I just want to make sure I got this right. You think that the world would be a better place because then men would take more precautions with women?
Right. Because they know what they're getting, which is a slut.
Now, instead of having to take precautions with women because they have STDs and things like this, wouldn't it be better if women weren't sluts and then we didn't have to take precautions because they didn't have STDs?
Okay, and that wasn't the question, but to answer that question was you should be safe regardless.
Well, then hang on. If that wasn't the question, then what is it that men are supposed to be looking for here, that if all women are sluts, they're taking precautions against if it's not STDs and pregnancy? Like, what are
Right.
the things?
So to answer your question with the same logic you had, if all men were murderers, then you'd take precaution not to get murdered.
Yes, I agree.
So with the same aspect, if all women are sluts, you'll take precaution to protect yourself against the things that you listed.
Yeah,
Compared
but what are those
to
things? What are those things that you would take precautions
STDs,
Yes.
Very important business.
Okay, STDs. Hang on. What else?
STDs, maybe unwanted pregnancies,
Unwanted pregnancies. Yes. What else?
toxic relationships that can,
Okay, toxic relationships. Okay, so hang on. Let's just stop here.
This is crazy. Wow. Even their sisterhood was saying, like, even though I'm all pro sisterhood, you're sounding insane right now. This is what I'm saying, guys. They would never be honest. I think there has to be a way through these conversations, and of course we have to leave it to the professional because I have no idea how to do this. But somehow just go and get through those kind of tactics too. I think Andrew's very good at this. Myron, the Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, was very good at this. Getting through the BS of females. Rachel Wilson is good as well, and this is because they debate a lot of these females. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.